So it's under our attention that it is customary to give the subscribers a name. So that's what we would like your help with. What should we refer to you all as? I think saying hello YouTube is feeling a little impersonal.
Yeah, and I also feel like you guys deserve it. You're
Yeah.
like part of our fam now.
Yeah. So comment below with what you'd like to be called, and we will create a poll and let everyone vote on what you all should be named. I'm Connor,
I'm Marissa.
and together we're
Carissa. Oh, we know. It wasn't
was-
the best, but it
we've
needs to
done
work.
better.
So, believe it or not, we've been married a year.
So this is our 1 year marriage recap video. You ready for it?
Yeah.
But as we started up, our wedding,
Yeah.
which is the other wedding.
Our wedding was bigger than I expected and hoped.
Bigger than you expected or bigger than you hoped?
Bigger than I expected.
We had a deal.
Oh yeah, you want to tell them about the deal?
Yeah.
Go.
Marissa wanted to elope. I wanted the big wedding. So Marissa,
Said
she compromised.
I did what all great marriages have in it.
Yes.
Compromise. Said fine. If you would like a big wedding, you have to plan the wedding. I will show up like a groom does with
Yep.
my attire and walk into the wedding.
So we did our gender reversal early on in the relationship. I planned the wedding. It was about, did we invited
20 people, and I
20
think like
people?
100 ended up
Yeah.
showing up.
But one of the tough things was we are both our families are in two completely different areas of the country. So we had to choose: do we get married near my family? Do we get married near her family? Or do we do a destination wedding? And we opted
So
with.
we opted for the cheaper of the two locations.
Yep.
Big shocker if you know us.
Yep.
So we ended up with closer to my family. So it was a destination wedding basically for half of the wedding party, and the other half it wasn't.
Yeah.
And I think overall it was a great event.
Yeah.
I mean, would recommend.
Unfortunately, we got married before we had decided to air any of our lives on social media, so we didn't document it probably as well as we would have had we known about this channel at that point. But, a lot of people have asked for pictures. There are some on our Instagram. I'll also post some pictures in this video.
Yeah, and it ended up being outside, inside kind of.
Yeah. It was planned for outside.
But due to weather, we kind of had to move it inside, and then we were able to go back outside due to the weather. But so that was kind of how it started out. That was
the kickoff.
Yeah. We also tried to DIY as much as we could.
We did.
So we did make our own invitations. We kind of
What else did we
decided
make? Well, the flowers were
last
not
minute.
DIY,
But they were pretty much
Yeah.
DIY, thanks to our florist who offered to help us out a little bit on making it, our budget friendly.
We even tried to DIY. I don't know if you heard of this, but what do they call them?
The fete phones.
The birthday phones. It's a way that your guests can pick up a phone and leave you a voice message. I tried to code that myself, and Melissa tried to wire the phone and solder it together, and
Yeah,
it didn't work.
that's just not our forte at the
Yeah.
moment. But I think that is a project we would like to take on in the future
I
because
agree.
it's a really cool concept.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, so
The
from
other
there-
next big thing was our honeymoon.
yeah,
Yeah.
which we did end up sharing on social
Yeah.
media.
Okay.
Sorry about that little break right there. We had a cat interruption.
Yep.
So back to our honeymoon.
Yeah, that was the next big life event after our wedding. We did actually film some videos about that, so if you're interested, you can go check them out. We went to Morocco. It was a once in a lifetime experience.
Yeah, it was definitely a cool
We did
experience.
2 weeks. We traveled
Whole bunch of cities.
6 cities.
I think so.
We did 2,000 miles,
2,000 kilometers, I think.
kilometers travel. And yeah, it was just completely romantic and unforgettable. I loved every second of it. Well, not every second. There
The
were,
bumpy roads
Yeah.
were something to
and there were 2 days that I got violently ill.
hashtag don't drink
Yeah.
fruit juice from a random fruit stand you
Yes.
find. Just fun facts.
Which I should know better because I read all about that, but I thought I'd be okay. But we lived. So, yeah, like I said, if you're interested, we have some videos about that. You can check that out. What's our next big life event? It is IVF. We
Yeah,
started
we started that a while ago,
IVF probably in
like at the
the
beginning.
beginning of the year.
Mm-hmm.
As I'm sure you're aware, we've been doing IVF. That's been challenging, to say the least. It's definitely not for the faint of heart, and for newlyweds, it's a big strain.
I think it challenges any relationship,
Yep.
and a newlywed one
Yep.
definitely. But if you are aware, Connor has not, except one time, had to use the word.
That's true.
So
And,
I think that's an improvement.
Yeah, yeah. And that's still ongoing. Where last video that we filmed on the subject was embryo transfer. Some time has passed since then, so there are updates that we would like to share, but just out of responsibility to our family and to you all, we don't want to divulge any details until we're sure. So hopefully within the next couple of days, couple of weeks,
Yeah.
we'll be able to share updates with you. So you can look forward to that.
And then what else?
Well, the big
Oh,
one.
like moving?
Well,
house?
Yeah, we bought a house. That was in March. But wait, we have to back up. There was a big one that we started in January.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
What do we do in January?
we started a YouTube channel.
Yeah, we took the dive. I think that was more of a December we should do this.
Yes.
And then I was like, you know what? When's better than January 1st?
Hmm. To be fair, you had wanted to do it for a while.
I was trying to convince him.
It took a lot of convincing. But here we are. And I feel like now I'm the one that convinces you.
I feel like it's hard to come up with a topic.
That and we're super busy. Like
Yeah.
literally today, our plans are get packing to move. So it's like, do we do
Which
packing?
you might see in the future, us packing up.
Yes. We are filming, trying to document our packing. But yeah, that's a big life event. We never expected it to get this much attention or this far. I think we have almost 7,000 subscribers.
Which is
Which,
crazy.
yeah.
It's like, wow, there's that many people that want to watch us.
Mhm.
It's pretty,
And-
humbling.
And not only that, but there's a lot of people out there that I feel like I know. Like we have regular correspondence and have developed, a relationship with in a community. So it's super humbling. Thank you. Then next up we
Bought a
bought a
house.
house. And that was very, I'd say, unplanned. I think we had always known that one day we would like to move to the Southwest to be with Melissa's family. But we just kind of saw this house and
Thought, well, if we don't do it now, it might not
Yeah.
happen again.
how was that process?
Buying a house?
Yeah.
Let's just say the sellers were very uncooperative,
Yeah.
which does make buying a house not very fun. But, I mean, the end result is we got a house out of it. So,
True. I would say, I would think you would admit if it wasn't for me, we probably would not buy a house.
yeah. Definitely he was the one that was like, all right, I know you're frustrated. I know you're annoyed. But, end goal is a house. And I'm like, okay, oh, you're right. But he's like, end goal is a house. I'm like, all right.
Well, it says, let's
Path
just,
of least resistance. Only sometimes, though.
I disagree. I think you could take the path of most resistance out of spite.
That might be true.
But it says, typical Scorpio, if you're familiar with the Aesop fable of the scorpion and the frog, that is Marissa to a T. So, would you disagree?
No, I would not disagree.
Today it brings us up to what, April?
Yeah.
Yeah. From there it was fairly chill until I got the job offer. So yeah, I got a job offer for a new job, which I start in 2 weeks. And since then, we've just been planning our move. So, selling the house that we currently live in, which means preparing it for sale. We've remodeled the kitchen. Marissa did that herself.
With my mom.
With your mom. We went to IKEA, bought a whole new kitchen, installed cabinets, drawers, new appliances, and then we hired a contractor to do the bathroom. That's finished.
Yup.
Would you say we like it?
We like it for resale.
It's funny, everyone keeps asking, do you like it? Do you like it? Do you like it? And we're just like, we don't have to like it. It's not for us. There are things that they did that we would not have chosen for us. Do you wanna?
But they're the experts in the market right now. Like that's what they do. They remodel. So they're kind of aware of what people want in a remodeled bathroom.
So what are the things that they put in that you don't like?
For me personally, they put in glass shower doors, which not a big fan of glass in the bathroom. Just not.
How come?
Mostly for cleaning factors. I'm a big stickler on ease of cleaning. So it has to be easy to clean, and glass in a shower, not always easy to clean. Not easy to clean at all, actually. The other thing is they put in like a shampoo and like conditioner nook, which like I don't particularly like because it just collects.
But where do you put your shampoo then?
I have this cool little shower caddy that like you fill it up in a container and then you just push a little button and it pops out from like the bottom, like a soap dispenser would kind of. So I do keep all of that, and it's just in one enclosed area, like in the corner of the shower. So
the bum is usually the only one that knows how to use it. So whenever I'm out of shampoo, I'm like, babe, I need you to refill the shampoo because I have no idea how to use this thing.
So, those are the two major things in our bathroom. I mean, they have like pedestal sinks that I don't really, not pedestal, vessel sinks. No,
pedestal.
Pedestal? Vessel?
Yeah.
One of the two.
The ones with the, like...
They're like in a base cabinet, and then like the sink kind of like protrudes on top of it. I don't like those. Also hard to clean around.
Yeah.
I do really like the toilet though. It's a little low, but like I like the toilet. The flushing, the GPUs or whatever, the gallons per minute. GPU, the like processing speed of my toilet. Although if you have a Toto, it probably does have a GPU.
That's probably true.
Which Toto is my favorite brand of toilet, so just a little FYI.
Yep.
I do have a favorite brand of toilet.
Which is a requirement in our new home.
I have been looking. I'm like, okay, I'll stick with the toilets that we have, but I'd really like to upgrade to the Toto.
Yeah.
He's like, really? I'm like, yes, please.
She won't buy $4.99 a pound cherries at Sprouts, but she'll buy a $2,000 toilet
because it has a heated seats, it has a bidet, it's got all the luxuries that you need on a toilet.
Yeah. So yeah, we're upgrading our house, and we move in 5 days. So we're really at the nail biting end here. Our home is still very much not packed.
Which is the intent, because we do, with Connor's work move, get a moving package. So they come in and actually physically pack all of our belongings, which is nerve-wracking and exciting at the same time, because it's like, at least I don't have the stress of packing, but like also it looks like a normal house right now and we have 5 days till we're moving.
Mm-hmm.
So
And it's like like there's no way really to prepare. Like you can't pre-pack because they have to do it themselves. So yeah, it's a little gives me anxiety. I'll put it that way. Um, Also, we're preparing our 3 cats for the move. We are driving, so it's 2,000 miles, taking 3 cats who have never been outside. Well, not never, but
they're indoor apartment cats.
yep. Two of them are terrified whenever the door opens. The one likes to go outside the door, but she gets maybe 2 feet and then comes back in. It'll be an adventure, for
Yep.
sure. We took them to the vet to get, their rabies shots and
Get up to date on their vaccines.
And we took all 3 of them. It was a symphony of meows the entire time there. But the doctor gave us gabapentin
Yeah, I think that's what he
to give them for the trip, just to kind of calm them down. But if you have any tips for keeping cats calm in the car, that would be really helpful. It's actually a big stress, anxiety factor for me. I'm very nervous for them. I think you're a little less so
Just
than
like
me.
stick them in the car; they'll be fine.
Yeah. But yeah, that's been our year.
I'm gonna throw this one in. I think
Okay.
as our closing. Any projections for the next year? Like,
Well, that's a good one.
what do you not necessarily envision, but like, what do you hope that we get to do next year?
Well, what did you all get to do in your, say, early marriage, first 5 years, that you think most couples
Should do. Yeah.
or benefit from? That would be, really insightful. We're always looking to crowdsource things, so. But thanks for sticking with us. Thanks for sharing in our first year of marriage. It's been, a great journey with you all. It's been a great journey together.
Yeah, it
So-
is.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Catch you on Flippy Flop.
Catch you on the flippy flop.
Bye.